How's it going, everyone? It's Finn CDs, and today we have a video that I've been wanting to make, so we're gonna get straight into it. This is part 1 of 3 of my entire CD collection. I have 50 CDs in my entire collection, so that's roughly 16 per video, and we're gonna get straight into it and get started. Also, these CDs, just to let you know, are in no particular order. I picked these all out randomly just so we can keep a variety and not, all in the same A to Z, so that's just how it's going to be structured. Okay, so CD number 1 we have is A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Now, this is Panic! At the Disco's very first album. Definitely the greatest start any band has really ever had, There's not really many flaws with this album, It's pretty much perfect. So we've got the front and the back here, just the list of songs, and we'll have a look at the CD here. The very nice looking CD. Also, we've got the lyric sheet here, and it's just really pretty. Oh, and my favorite song on this CD is definitely Time to Dance. Next CD we have is The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Now, we're going to start off with a couple quite popular ones just to get the ball rolling. The Black Parade, again, probably like the 3rd best song in the discography of My Chemical Romance. Again, there's really not much wrong with this album. It's just really, really nice. We've got the back here. I really do like the back of this CD. I think it's really nice. Okay, yeah. Also, sorry for this ring. This is my ring light, and it's reflecting. So, yeah, I apologize for that. There we go. Now, obviously, inside, we've got the very beautiful looking CD there, with all the songs on the outside and characters from the album, obviously, on the inside. And then on the other side, we got this really lovely piece of art here. And my favorite song on this album definitely has to be Dead. So the next CD we have isn't an album, actually. This is technically an EP by Bring Me the Horizon. Post-human survival horror. Now, this won't reflect because obviously it's paperback, which is going to be the only good thing about these paperback CDs, as I'm personally more of a dual case kind of guy. Is the back, nothing too much going on here, nothing really, that stands out, to be honest. Taking out the CD, it's another really standard looking CD, just Bring Me the Horizon. Post-human survival horror on the front, and it's just the CD. And my favorite song on this EP definitely has to be Kingslayer. I love Kingslayer, man. Next up we have Paper Cut by Linkin Park. Now, this CD is a compilation album of just some of their best work, basically. Just all the really good songs all put into one, which that's why I really do like compilation albums. It's really something easy to put on in the car, Good time. Here's the back, just every single song on it, Paper Cut, and then all the songs. I don't know why that's not focusing, but it's okay. This is one of the ones that folds out, so that's not good. This is one of those albums that folds out, so it's got all the songs on there, and then it says Paper Cut, obviously, over here. And the CD on this is really cool. I really like it, how it's just plain, and it literally just says Paper Cut on the front. That makes me feel like it's like a Barrett CD, back in the day you just put all your favorite songs on a CD and play it, so I think that's what makes this album really cool. My favorite original song on this album is Friendly Fire, but my favorite song in general on this album is definitely the title track, Paper Cut. Okay, next album we have is something that's shown up in the vinyl video, is Elsewhere by Set It Off on CD. This was my first ever CD I ever owned, so I haven't been collecting for long. This is the first one I ever owned, and it's just mainly because, me a couple years ago used to live and breathe this album. I don't even know why really. I do really like it. It's just not it's not top tier, but it's it's got the story, it's got the aesthetic. I just thought it was such a fun album, and I really love it. Here's the back here, just standard, all the songs on it, everything looks good. And this is another special album because when I went to go see Set It Off, I'll put the picture up again. They were kind enough to sign this for me. So right here we've got Zach, we've got Cody, and we've got Max. The main 3 all signed on this CD here, all on the cover. They asked me if I wanted it on the front. I was like, man, it would rub off. So I got it on the inside here. And here's the CD here. I really like this CD. I think it's really, really pretty. It's obviously backwards. Hang on, there we go. Yeah, so Elsewhere by Set It Off, and it's got like the green on top. I think it's just a really nice looking album, and I think it's really nice to listen to. And my favorite song on this, obviously, is, I said Projector last time, but just to keep it fresh, I'm going to say my second favorite on this album is probably The Magic 8. The next album we have is an album that did technically show up on our vinyl video, but not really, and that is Don't Panic by All Time Low. Now, Don't Panic by All Time Low, again, I love this album, so I own it twice, vinyl, but CD. But this is this isn't the longer version of the album. This is the shorter one. This isn't longer now. This is just Don't Panic. And the thing is with Don't Panic is that it doesn't have A Love Like War featuring Vic Fuentes. So obviously I had to get the long edition on vinyl. This is another one that folds out as well, and it folds out 3 times actually. So you've got, you know, all the members here. Oh, the members on this one as well actually. And then a cool monster on top. I do really like the art for this album. I think it's really fun and cool. And here's the CD for the album, by the way. I think this is such a cool looking CD. I really like how it's just got the cover art on it. It's really pretty. And my favorite song, if I can't have A Love Like War, is definitely If These Sheets Were the States. Next, we are going to pivot to a little bit of Fall Out Boy. And now we have Save Rock and Roll by Fall Out Boy. This is probably... Actually, no, this is my least favorite Fall Out Boy album. I do like it, but it's definitely the worst one they did. Honestly, I do prefer Mania over this. Mania, it's so overhated. So this is all the songs on the back here. Obviously, it's not going to focus because this isn't a very good camera. This one folds out as well, but there's nothing really on it, so I don't think it's worth, well, looking at. And I do quite like the CD, though. The CD is quite pretty with the Fall Out Boy logo in red on it. I do really like that. You can see me through it. Yep, it's really fun. Do like the CD. Very nice. And my favorite song on this album has to be Rat-a-Tat. Next album we have here is Infinity on High by Fall Out Boy. This is a banger of a CD. Every song on this hits, like no word of a lie. Absolutely love this album. I would have got it on vinyl if I, had the chance. But it's just such a beautiful album. On the back here, you can see all the members. We got Pete, we got Patrick, we got, the other guys. And all the songs are here written in cursive. So, if you can try and make those out, you can. Here on the inside of the dual case, we've got the lovely CD here. A really nice looking CD with, that looks to be Smoke. I think that's Smoke. I'm not sure. And then obviously you've got the Infinity on High thing here, which actually is, an insert. And on the inside is actually a picture of the, all the bandmates there, which is pretty cool. And my favorite song is definitely I'm Like a Lawyer, The Way I'm Always Trying to Get You Off, aka Me and You. It's such a lovely song. I think the music video is really beautiful, and it's just, it's amazing. Next album we have is the second album from Panic! At the Disco, and that is Pretty Odd. Pretty Odd is it's good, it's fun. It's got such mixed reception. I don't think it's too bad, to be honest. I quite like a lot of the songs on this. Here's the back, just a generic, Beatles-looking album, On the inside, you've got a very generic-looking CD, and also a thing telling you to go buy the other album, which, kind of downplays the album, in my opinion, a little bit, but I don't mind having an insert, and if we remove the insert here, there's nothing. There's literally nothing on the back. There's a bunch of cool pictures on the inside, but none on the back. The next album we have is I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love by My Chemical Romance. Now, this is the first album they ever released, and I think it's such a good one. I really do like this album. I have a little gripe with this dual case, and that's the fact that it comes with this little insert on top where you can, do some signing or whatever, and you'll get sent one of these albums on here. But here's the thing. When you place it on top of the album, look, it's all lined up here, but look at the front. It doesn't line up. Why does it line up on the back and not the front? Look, so when I line it up at the front, it doesn't line up on the back. I don't get why it does that, but what are you going to do about it? Anyway, the CD without it, really nice. Here's the back. Got a really nice Ferris wheel on it. It's really cool looking. Again, all the songs on the side, you cannot read them because it's a terrible camera, what can I say? And on the inside, we've got such an iconic CD, I think, with, I think it's Houdini doing his upside down trick on in his stray jacket or whatever it is. Such an iconic CD. And then over here, we've got this really cool looking symbol thing, and I still don't really know what it is, but it is really cool looking. And my favorite song on this album has to be Head First for Halos. The next album we have is definitely the most recent one on the list today, and that is Everyone's Talking by All Time Low. Now, when this album's really strange for me, because when it came out, my like premium music subscriptions all ran out, and I didn't want to listen to it with adverts, so I went straight in town the day it came out, and I just bought this album without even listening to it, which these days is quite dodgy, to be honest. But honestly, I pulled through because I knew there was a couple songs on this I did like from the singles, so I don't think I, made too much of a bad decision there. The back here is really simple. It's just got all the song names on it. You can actually read these a little better. Don't know why that is. And on the inside, it's really simple, just with it saying All Time Low on the side here, and the really cool looking colorful CD right here. Just because there isn't an insert on this album, I'll show you what's behind the CD, which is just a colorful picture of all 4 band members. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see them this year, even though they were playing in the UK. But it's whatever. I don't mind. And my favorite song on this album is definitely Butterfly. But a close second, I must say, because I was really obsessed with it for a long time, is definitely The Weather. The next album we have is Blink-182 by Blink-182. Now, this album, it's an older one, 2003, but it's so good, man. I really do like this album. Personally, this is the only Blink-182 album I own, and I really do think I need to get the one with the woman on the front. I don't remember the name of it, because I'm unfortunately not the biggest Blink-182 fan, but this album really stands out for me. Here's the back here, with 3 of the members there. Oh, real cool. Now, this CD probably has one of my favorite insides of the dual case of all time. Just look how cool this looks, man. Look at this colorful pink-ass CD. Real cool, really nice looking. And then look at the insert on the inside. The back of that is just so cool, man. I don't think much really tops that. Now, I know this is going to be really, really obvious, but my favorite song on this album is I Miss You. The next album on the list is one of the greats, let's be honest here. It's probably, in the top 100 albums ever made, to be honest. And that is Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon. This album, honestly, inspired so many bands to make music. It's, it's a starting point for a lot of people that listen to metal music. It's just so good. On the back here, it's really simple, just black with all the names of the songs on it, and a glare that's giant because of my ring light, and the inside here oh shit, it's in my CD player, give me a sec. All right, I've got it this time. There we go. Look at that CD, guys. Just look at the design of that. I think it's called like Flower of Life or something. I think like Coldplay copied it or something, and it's really pretty. Look at that. Such a nice looking CD. Amazing. And over here we got this statue from Metallica, and some thing I haven't read yet, so I can't really give much opinion on it. But yeah, this is just amazing, just an amazing CD. I'm gonna list off 2 songs for my favorite because they're really together. They are they're pretty much the same, and that has to be Antivist and Shadow Moses. Both of those are just absolutely amazing. Now we're down to our last 3 albums. 3 albums, people. 3. Don't worry, this is only part 1 though, so definitely got a lot to get through. Okay, the next album we have on this list is another unique artist, and that is System of a Down's Hypnotize. Now, Hypnotize, you are hypnotized, aren't you? Next album we have is System of a Down's Mesmerize. Now, Mesmerize is one of two albums that are in a series. There's Hypnotize and Mesmerize. This is definitely the better one. The other one is terrible compared to this one. I'm telling you, man. This has all of the absolute bangers, and the other one took all the sleepers. If they shuffled up the songs one by one, both albums would actually be worth owning, but no, they took all the good songs and they put it on this one. I'm telling you, people. Look at that list of songs. BOYB, Revenge, Sigaro, Radio. Like, come on, you can't get much better than this. And it has Question. Question is the best System of a Down song ever. Obviously, this sleeve can come off, and we can open him up. Shit. On the inside here, we've obviously got the CD, which is an eyeball clock, which is really cool. I really like that. And we got some, probably art drew by Sergey, knowing that guy, because he does a lot of art. And my favorite song on this album and System of a Down of all time is Question. Now, the second to last album today is quite a strange one, because it comes with multiple discs. And that is Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by the Smashing Pumpkins. Now, I bought this entire album for 2 songs. Now, don't get me wrong, the rest of the album is great. Both CDs, they sound really good and I really like them, but there was 2 songs in particular I just couldn't miss having on physical media. And here's the back here, which is, real cool. Got this cool, sun guy, the moon in the background there. And the 2 songs I just couldn't resist owning is Tonight Tonight and Bullets with Butterfly Wings. Those 2 songs I couldn't resist owning physically. They're just so amazing. The rest of these, I couldn't really tell you much about the rest of these, unfortunately. But I do really like all of the songs on this. So the first thing we have is this CD here with some kid's face on it or something like that. Really cool, pretty pink. And this really cool picture. I really like this picture. This is probably one of my favorite pictures on the inside of a CD of all time. Just, 2 ducks in a plane. It's pretty sick. But then you can do this. You can open it up and have a really cool another piece of art and a second CD because this album is too long. Yeah, so this is a really cool CD. I do really like it. And my favorite song on this album is definitely Bullets with Butterfly Wings. I know it's the obvious choice, but it's so good. Now, the last album we have today is 3 Days Grace by 3 Days Grace. This is such a good album, man. Honestly, you could put on this album and you'd feel like you've been listening to it like 3 minutes. Honestly, it just goes past so fast because you're just having such a good time with it. Honestly, I can't think of much negative to say about this album. On the back here, we've got all the band members right there, looking all really spiffy and cool. Here on the inside, we've got this really cool bluish grey CD here with some outlines of some people here, as you can see here, very nice. And on the other side, we just got pretty much the same with the band members. And because it's nothing really to talk about, let me take off the CD and see if there's just some house or something. I don't know. So that's every CD for today's video, guys. Remember, this is part 1 of 3. I could have probably fit them all in, but, gotta keep the videos, just a little smaller, So, I hope you guys enjoyed looking at all 16 of these CDs today, and I will see you later.